Hey, what's up guys? Today we're working on Smile by WRLD and The Weeknd. Now this song just has the one piano part that goes all the way through, which we're going to play on guitar. I'm going to teach you two ways to play it. The first is the bar chords. It's going to be pretty close and pretty accurate to the original piano part. And the second is just nice open chords. It's going to translate really well if you want to play this on the acoustic guitar. So our guitar part, if we're using bar chords, it sounds like this. So we're going to start on an F sharp minor, all the way up at the 9th fret. It's going to be a 5th string minor chord. Now if you've never played bar chords before but want to play this part, make sure to watch my bar chords video, which is in the description below. So we're barring that 9th fret all the way up until the 5th string, adding our 3rd finger onto the 4th string in the 11th fret, 4th finger just below that on the 3rd string in the 11th fret, and then your 2nd finger goes on the 2nd string in the 10th fret. We're going to pluck the 5th string with our thumb, the 3rd string with our 1st finger, the 2nd string with our 2nd finger, and then the 1st string with our 3rd finger. All at the same time, and then just playing that 2nd string again. Then we've got quite a long pause, and then we just play those top 3 strings again, and alternate with the bass. Just like that. And then we change chords and go to the E major. So we're barring the 7th fret now up to the 5th string. And then the best way to do it for this song is to use your 3rd finger to bar the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings. Now it does mean that you have to bend your finger back a little bit so it's not actually touching that 1st string at all, because we still want that to be part of that 7th fret bar. And the reason why that's the best way to play it for this song is all to do with the D chord that we're going to next, and I'll explain that in a little bit. But we're just going to do exactly the same fingering and exactly the same rhythm as that first F sharp minor chord. So from the F sharp minor, then we go to the D major chord. We're just taking that whole E major chord and moving it down to the 5th fret. So we're barring the 5th fret with our 1st finger, and then the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings with our 3rd finger on the 7th fret. And this is why it's important to play it this way, if you can. Because we're going to play the whole chord like we have with the other 2 chords. Then instead of playing the 2nd string on its own, we're actually going to add our 4th finger to the 1st string on the 7th fret. Or you can just bar all 4 of those strings from the 4th string down to the 1st string with your 3rd finger. That is a little bit tricky to get that 1st string on the 5th fret as part of that bar, and then bar that 7th fret with our 3rd finger. So that's why I prefer to use my 4th finger there. Now you can, with the E and the D chords, you can bar that same fret with your 1st finger and then add your 2nd, 3rd and 4th fingers to the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings. Now the issue we have here, and there's no issue with the E chord, that's perfectly fine, but with the D chord, is that you will need to take off your 4th finger from that 2nd string and add it onto the 1st string in the 7th fret. It's not a huge deal, but ideally we still want all of those notes to ring out a little bit. Now we're still going to do that alternating part with our highest 3 strings in our 5th string, but on the D we're actually just going to add 9th fret 1st string before that. Then we go to a D flat. Ordinarily, logic would say that we just move this whole chord down a fret, but we actually want to hit that 1st string 9th fret again, and that's going to be a bit of a stretch if we're playing that shape there. So instead we're going to move to a 6th string major chord up at the 9th fret. So barring that whole 9th fret, adding your 3rd finger up to the 5th string in the 11th fret, 4th finger on the 4th string in the 11th fret, and then your 2nd finger on the 3rd string in the 10th fret. And we're going to hit the 6th string with our thumb, and then the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings with your 1st, 2nd and 3rd fingers. And then again hitting that 1st string. So from the D, now there's one more thing that we can add in here to make it a little bit closer to the piano part. It does make it a little bit tricky, and it's not entirely necessary because there are a few other things that the piano's doing, because it's got the 2 different hands so it can do 2 things at once, which you can't really do on guitar. But if you want to, you can play your D like this. So what I'm doing during that alternating part So doing the first one, so playing those top 3 strings, then that 5th string. And instead of doing it again, I'm actually just moving my 4th finger up to the 12th fret on the 1st string. And then moving to that D flat major chord. So all of that together will sound like this. And that part just goes on through the whole song. There are some stops in there, so basically that just means that you stop playing. But I definitely recommend just listening to the song and figuring out where they sit. Now for our acoustic part, we're not going to worry about finger picking or anything like that. We're just going to do strums, and we're just going to use open chords with no capo. So it's actually going to still be the same chords. So we're going to start with our F sharp minor, and all I'm going to do is bar the top 3 strings at the 2nd fret. Now if you're fine with barring, you can add your 3rd finger up to the 4th string in the 4th fret as well. Just get a little bit more depth. If you don't like barring at all, you can just do those top 3 strings using your 1st finger on the 3rd string, your 2nd finger on the 2nd string, and then your 3rd finger on the 1st string. And our strumming pattern is actually just going to follow the same rhythm that we were doing before, but all strums rather than finger picking anything. So just down, up, pause for a bit, and then down, up again. Then we move to an E chord. So your 1st finger on the 3rd string in the 1st fret, your 2nd finger up to the 5th string in the 2nd fret, and then your 3rd finger on the 4th string in the 2nd fret. And then to our D chord, so your 1st finger on the 3rd string in the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the 1st string in the 2nd fret, and your 3rd finger on the 2nd string in the 3rd fret. And just the same strumming pattern. And then all I'm going to do here is actually just move that whole shape back a fret. So your 1st finger on the 3rd string in the 1st fret, 2nd finger on the 1st string in the 1st fret as well, and then your 3rd finger on the 2nd string in the 2nd fret. Now it's important when playing that D flat that we're only strumming those top 3 strings. So all together that's going to sound like this. Now that's going to work really well if you just want to play it solo and you don't have a full band, or if you just want to play an acoustic guitar. Either way, it's going to sound great with the acoustic. And there we go guys, that's Smile by Juice WRLD on the Weeknd. Leave any comments, questions or requests in the comment section below. Make sure to like and subscribe, I've got new lessons coming out every single week, and hit that notifications button as well so you don't miss out on any of those. Thanks for watching guys, I'm Sam, I'll see you next time.